Oh, welcome everyone, it's Fury22. This is another part of RPG inventory system in CRYENGINE, so let's get straight into that. If you haven't watched my previous videos, then go and do that. Obviously, support me by watching and subscribing. This is part number 1000, I don't know already, because everything I'm working on. Today I record all of the parts, I hope until the end, or obviously I'm not sure about, but anyways, I'm gonna record a lot of parts, and I'm gonna upload one a day. So let's continue with what we finished with on the last episode. So where were we? We got our sword, yeah, being. I'm gonna show you this again where we finished on the last video. I shouldn't probably do that, just a waste of time for the short 15 minutes videos. Like you can see, in 15 minutes I can't show you too much. This is all long stuff. So load our map, and then as you can see, the red lines over here, these are the ray cast, and they show where the ray hits. So when we hit the sword, look in the down over here. It should show you pick up item message. Pick up item sword. Alrighty then. Then we are close to the really pick up function, right? It already finds our item which we um, what we hit with our race. So it's over here. The thing about it is that we want to pick this item only when we press the F button. So in order to do that, we're gonna create some pointer. The pointer will be entity, and it's gonna be target item. Let's say target item, because it's all about picking it up. We have to null it on the beginning so it does not crash anywhere. This is constructor, so p target item null pointer. So it's not gonna crash whatever, even if you call this, then it's not gonna crash because it's null pointer. It's not pointing to some weird place in the RAM memory of your computer. It's just pointing to the safe location. So once the hit entity, when the rays hit the entity, so you look at the entity or something, then we want this p target and item to be equals hit entity, right? So target item. But it's gonna be constantly, because this is update function. It's gonna call it every frame. So why do we need this to be overwritten every fucking frame? That's why we're gonna do like this. If p target item is different than hit entity, then overwrite it. If it's the same, then don't do anything, because we are still looking at the same point. Yeah. What can we do else? If okay, but if the entity is not true, so we are looking in some weird place like terrain or something, we need to target item null pointer. Just because if I don't do this, then if I look at the item, it's gonna override it. And if I look away from the item, I look at the terrain or something, and I look back, then target item will still be the same. So it's and if it's the same, it's not gonna override, of course. So the null pointer. Okay. Every time I look at the item, it's gonna just do the same thing. Okay, okay, okay. Now, when once we got this target item already, then I have to find this function. I don't remember clearly what was that. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Pick up item. Awesome. Um, Now, if so, we're gonna check the target item again just to prevent it from crashing. Of course, if target item is something, not a null pointer, then um, pick it up, and once it's picked up, target item equals. Oh, no, actually, no, okay. For now, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna do that later. So let's see. So now, even if I look at whatever, and even if I press F button, this is not gonna be called. It's gonna be called only when we look at something. Okay, so that should do. I'm not sure what was the name of our map, so we could change it right away, so we don't have to go to the editor over and over again. And the other thing about it is we have to, okay, doesn't matter. Blah blah blah, let's go with this. Okay, generating code. It's working. Okay, last time we're gonna go to editor, and from now on we're gonna change it. We're not gonna use editor anymore because it's just annoying a lot, like really annoying. Recent files test 1. Okay, so we're gonna call that map later. We'll see what happens. There is a sword. Okay, we'll look at it and we press F. Item picked up. That's it. For now it's obviously just message, but you already know it's working. If I press F, nothing happens. But if I look at it and press F, item picked up again. Cool, cool, cool. Very cool. I'm gonna show you quickly how to change the map. It was probably in game plugin. Yeah, there is it. There it is. Map. Test 1. So it's gonna call run the map from the beginning. So in the game, that's how you change the maps, pretty much. At least for the simple purposes. Also, I don't want this sword, the other sword, to be in my hands anymore. The creator creates the weapon. I don't want this. We're gonna pick up this ourselves. We're gonna comment it out. So we're not gonna have this sword in the hands. We're gonna be just pretty much the empty guy. I know the animation of the character will be still the refill animation, because yeah, don't worry about this. You probably know what that is. This is just because I didn't export my map to the editor. Obviously, if you're going to C++ in CRYENGINE, you know this stuff, so I'm not gonna be explaining this when you. It's obvious. It's obvious what happened. Yeah. We're going to go to this map, save it, and export to engine. Okay, now we can run the game with our map, not the Crytek's map anymore. Why the hell am I still over here? Oh, I know why. Oh, god damn it. A lot of mistakes I'm making these videos, but yeah, just hope you're gonna be patient. I forgot about the spawn point, of course. My map does not have a spawn point. Interesting. So I'm gonna create where was that? Entity default span point. Where like here somewhere it is over here above the save the map, export to the engine once again, and hopefully that does what we want. Of course your map has to have a spawn point. It is in the player code. Okay, we are over here. There is our sword. And look at it. Item picked up, item picked up. And as you see, we don't have the sword in the hands. So from now on, we're gonna start working on the visual style. Like we're gonna show this item in our inventory. But first of all, we're gonna attach the child. You could make a lot of different functions, and that's fine. But this is just something simple, so I'm gonna make it like this. We're gonna leave this so we know that code always works. We're gonna get entity, which is our player, attach child, which is the p target entity, target item. That's it. See what happens now. It starts looking very nice. It starts. I know this code. This code that I wrote. It's not elegant. It's not beautiful. Most programmers would say I'm fucking beginner and I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing and I am beginner, but I know what I'm doing. So this is tutorial. Obviously, my code is much more complex and much more organized than this. So you see the sword. When I press F now, it disappears. It is not there anymore. Not sure why its shadow is still there, but this word has been picked up. Cool, very very cool. I'm not gonna be attaching it to the player's hand just yet, but I'm gonna show you maybe later how to do that, but I'm not gonna do it. Okay, attach that. So it's within our player now. We want this item to be shown in our inventory system. So we have to grab our inventory system now. You can do everything within the pickup item function. I'm gonna separate it. It's just clear. I can't just look at it at this code looking like this. Void added to inventory, and we're gonna add entity p entity. That's all we need. We don't pretty much need anything else. Yeah. As if you remember, in the flash part of the inventory system, I did some function that is counting which slot is empty, and when it's empty then add it to this slot. So before we add it to the inventory, okay, I'm just gonna show you. I'm just gonna show you now. Add to inventory function, just create a definition of it. It's gonna be right below the pickup function, so it's over here. So UI element p inventory environment. The video is going to end, so I have to paste it nice. So get UI element, and this is our inventory system. As you remember, this is exactly the same element like we did with the pressing I, right? So we grab our element. If the element is okay, it's everything is found and everything is fine with it, then we don't call function, and we have to remind ourselves of these functions. We have to remember that, and we have to find them. I know this video takes already over 15 minutes, but this is the moment of truth. We will add the item to the inventory, which is most of you have been waiting for. Assets, libraries, UI element. Okay, inventory system over here. I just need that to I should remember we got this add item, and it has three parameters. So all we're gonna do, we have to also create our sword over there. As far as I remember, that was okay. Anyways, add item and three parameters. So we're gonna go with this, like over here, add to inventory, p inventory, call function, add item, and we need arguments. So this is gonna be something different, how you pass the arguments to the UI, which I never showed before. So SUI arguments, args. Come on. I have to make it quick now because video taking long now. Arguments, and now arguments, add argument. And it's going to be, the first argument is, not this here, is type int, and it's what I did. Okay, add argument. Let's say we add it to the slot number 0, right? At least now we're gonna count the empty slots later. Second argument is argument of type string, which is name. String. Let's go with sword, small one. Later we're gonna get name from the entity itself, but don't worry about this. For now, it's fine to leave it like this. Then arguments, add argument, and the last argument for this function was ID. It's also int. So int entity. Sorry, not p entity get ID. So also we're gonna get name of the entity later on. Not sure what's wrong in here. Okay, one more. Sword, but I remember in our flash we put sword without capital letters, so it's a case sensitive, so it's not gonna show it on the screen. In this case it will. So what we want to do, we want to add to inventory p entity, p target entity. See what happens now. Could be everything or anything. Let's see what it does. If it shows the element on the screen, in the next video I'm gonna show you exactly how to fix it, and with how to create new elements and so on. Anyways, just bear with me. Trust me. My detailed tutorial will help you to survive the lack of documentation in CRYENGINE. Oh, we got this. It should show up on the screen now, so we press F. Where are you? I know I'm standing like this. It's a little bit hard, but targeting is Yeah, that is. It's over here. So I open. I can put it in the other slot if I want to. Obviously, like we did before. So something is beginning to happen. So in the next video, I'm gonna expand it a little bit, explain it a little bit more, and yeah, we're gonna just make it look nice and everything that you want. So I hope you enjoyed and you learned something, and finally we got this working. And see you in the next video. We're gonna be perfecting it. Oh God.